Me a
Find Bugs
haircut?
Bunny attractive when he put on a dress
right
and play
now.
a girl bunny?
No, not now. Maybe tomorrow.
No. You probably didn't know that Mike Myers is genuinely laughing at something Dana Carvey said. It just didn't make it into the movie. Whatever Dana Carvey said might have been too weird or just not suitable for a PG-13 movie, but they decided to use this take of Mike Myers laughing after Garth's line because, well, if you've got a real laugh in the can, use that. Next thing. Whatever Dana Carvey said that got Mike Myers laughing might have been too blue for the final film, but here's a pretty racy line that still made the cut.
But what's Chinese takeout? I know a great place.
I'll have the cream of some young guy.
Now, that line was improvised, and it actually created a big debate over whether the line would even be funny, and if they should keep it in the movie. Incidentally, Rob Lowe was one person who really championed keeping the line. But the deciding factor was when they included the joke during a test screening, and the audience laughed so hard at it, they missed the next few lines of dialogue that came afterward. In fact, that's why there's a bit of a pause in the film after Wayne says it. They had to build in some air for the audience's laughter. The moral of the story? Always take comedy advice from Rob Lowe. But just comedy advice.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Most people don't know this, but being the prop guy on Wayne's World was quite possibly the worst job on set. You wouldn't believe how much work went into Garth's room alone. Dana Carvey would have the prop master go through dozens of drafts of every prop trying to figure out what he could get the most mileage out of comedically. Then, after Carvey would finally pick something, Mike Myers would come in with his own notes on each prop. In addition to needing to see multiple versions of the props that were already in the script, Dana Carvey would often come up with ideas for gadgets he thought of on the fly, like the car's licorice dispenser. After all, Garth is based on Dana Carvey's brother, Brad, who is a bit of a real-life MacGyver. Boom, bonus thing you didn't know. The point is, Dana Carvey and Mike Myers were used to being able to work in the chaotic environment of Saturday Night Live, where they were able to revamp entire sketches just a moment before going on the air.
Party on, Wayne.
All right, party on, Garth.
But movies don't work like that. In the end, they did make it through Wayne's World without anyone on the crew using one of the rejected props as a murder weapon. So, it all worked out. Moving on. All of those different versions of the props might have had something to do with a continuity problem in this scene. See that little pink hockey stick straw thing? Cool. Do you see how now it's suddenly a blue hockey stick straw thing? Terrific. Now that I've successfully changed the way you'll be able to watch that scene forever and ever, let's go to our next thing.
Wow, what a totally amazing, excellent discovery. Not.
When Dana Carvey was busy not learning the lyrics to Bohemian Rhapsody, he was probably busy drumming instead, because he's really playing the drums here in Garth's little fantasy sequence. His drum skills may not impress any of the actual musicians out there, but you've got to admit, he's a pretty great drummer for a comedian.
Wow, you're amazing, dude.
Thanks. I like to play.
Wayne's World is the most successful movie based on a Saturday Night Live franchise, and by a wide margin. As you probably imagined, Lorne Michaels was a very hands-on producer for the film, but most people don't know that Dana Carvey was very influential in how Rob Lowe played Benjamin. Dana Carvey actually coached Rob Lowe on how to do a Lorne Michaels impression, and if you listen closely, you can hear how Rob Lowe used that impression very subtly in some of Benjamin's speech patterns.
No, I'm producing a television show. It's in Chicago. Very late night, but we're looking for a musical act. Here's my card. Is there a number where I can reach you at?
You hear it? I can totally hear it. What's your deal with not being able to hear it? Come on, it's right there. Let's end on a thing about a snake. Even though it was written into the script that Cassandra was supposed to have a hard time handling the snake here, it turned out Tia Carrere didn't have to do much acting at all in the end. The snake weighed about 80 pounds, so it really was a struggle to deal with.
The snake weighs a ton.
It looks great on you.
When you add having to hold a guitar and lip sync for the fake music video you're fake shooting on top, well, let's just say I suddenly have a little more respect for Britney Spears.
Excuse me? Baking powder?
Just kidding. No, I don't. I have less. We hope you guys liked today's 9 things for the 90s classic Wayne's World. If you guys want us to do a part 2 on Wayne's World 2, hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to Cinefix for more true-ish things about movies and sometimes comedy tips from Rob Lowe right here on Things You Didn't Know.
It might happen. Yeah, and monkeys might fly out of my butt.
Today, the Justice Department released Attorney General William Barr's redacted version of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's final report. For more on this, it's time for a closer look. Well, it's finally here. We finally have a redacted version of the thing that everyone in Washington has been anxiously awaiting for almost 2 years. And for 2 years, the media has been obsessively dissecting every morsel of information or speculation about the investigation. There was even the time Mueller was spotted at the airport at the same gate as Don Jr., and pundits speculated about everything from his clothes to where he was going.
We're about to have a wow moment. Stand by. We now have the photo. This was taken by Politico. This is Reagan Airport in Washington, D.C. The man spotlighted on the left side of your screen, just sitting there hanging out. This is Robert Mueller.